Hello friends, most welcome to my YouTube channel Maths by Samit Deshmukh. So today we are starting the very easy chapter from our syllabus, which is nothing but mathematical logic, first chapter of first paper. Weightage given by the board to this chapter is 8 marks. This chapter is very easy because this chapter does not require much more basic knowledge of mathematics. And only one writing practice is required. Later on, hardly within 10 to 15 minutes, you are able to revise this chapter and able to score all the mark of this chapter. So let us begin with our first definition, statement. Statement is also called as what? Preposition. Alternate word for statement is preposition, and a declarative sentence is called as statement if it is either true or false. Means if we are able to identify the given sentence is either true or false but should not be both simultaneously. Getting it? Such declarative sentences are called as statement. Just consider one simple example. Mumbai is capital of Maharashtra. So now you have to identify whether it is true or false. Yes, we know that Mumbai is capital of Maharashtra, so we can say that it is true sentence. And such sentences are called as what? Statement, in which we are able to identify whether it is true or what? False. Let us consider second example. Every equilateral triangle is equiangular. We know that in equilateral triangle, each angle is of 60 degree, means all the angles are equal, means it is equiangular triangle, means equilateral triangle is equiangular. Yes, it is also true. And if we are able to identify whether it is true or false, at that time sentence is called as what? Statement. So this is also an example of statement. Just consider the third example. 5 into 2 is equal to 11. It is given to us, but we know that value of 5 into 2 is what? 10. Its value is 10. It is unique value. So 5 into 2 is 10, but they are saying that 5 into 2 is 11, which is not true. Which is not true means we can say that this sentence is false. And if we are able to identify whether it is true or false, then we can say that the sentence is what? Statement. Since it is false, so since this sentence is false, so we can say that it is an example of what? Statement. Hope the idea about statement is very clear to you. Observe the definition. A statement is a declarative sentence which is either true or false, but not both simultaneously. Statements are denoted by small letter, by any small letter, but generally we are denoting it by P, Q, R. If fourth statement is there, denoted by S, means statements are denoted by what? Small letter, but priority should be given to us, or in our textbook we have given the priority that statements we are denoting by what? Which small letter? P, Q, R, S, etc. It can be denoted by any small letter. Now let us discuss about the second important definition, truth value. Now just now we have seen that statement means what? Statement means what? A sentence which is either true or false. Means if one statement is given to us, only two possibilities are there. It is either true or it is what? False. Means that's why we are saying that each statement is either true or false. Now if the statement is true, then its truth value is denoted by what? Capital T. Getting it? So two possibilities are there. If it is true, then truth value is denoted by capital T, and if it is false, then truth value is denoted by what? Capital F. Means in a statement, two possibilities are there. It may be true or it may be false. If it is true, then denote the truth value by capital T. If it is false, then denote the truth value by capital F. So hope the idea about definition of statement and its truth value is very clear to you. Now some sentences are there in which we are not able to identify the truth value, means it is true or false. Such type of sentences are not what? Statement. Just consider the example here, interrogative sentence. Interrogative means what? Question mark is there. What is your name? What is your name? We are not able to identify it is true or false. Where are you going? How are you? In this case, we are not able to identify truth value, means we are not able to identify that it is true or it is false. So that's why we can say that interrogative sentence are not a statement. Then the exclamatory sentence. Exclamatory sentence, what a beautiful place it is. May God bless you. Such type of sentences in which we are not able to identify whether it is true or it is false. So such type of sentences are not considered as what? Statement. Getting it? Now command or order, open the door, close the door, sit down, such type of sentences are order or what? Command, open the door. So in this case we are not able to identify whether it is true or false. So that's why we cannot say that command or order are what? Statement in logic. Then request or suggestion. Request means please give me a glass of water. In that case you are not able to identify whether it is true or false. Please give me your pen. So in case of request we are not able to identify whether it is true or false. So that's why we can say that interrogative sentence, exclamatory sentence, command, order, request, suggestions are not statement. These sentences are not statement in logic, because in this case we are not able to identify whether it is true or false. Now we are discussing one of the very important definition, that is open sentence. Open sentence means in a sentence if variable appears at that time, we can say that the statement is that at that time sentence is what? Open sentence, if the value of variable is not given, isn't it? Because in that case two possibilities are there. Its truth value varies, maybe possible true, maybe possible false, but our definition says that the truth value should not be what? Simultaneously true and false. But in open sentence or some sentences are there in which truth value vary. Just consider the example. Suppose that if I am considering one example, x plus 5 is less than 15 for x belongs to natural number. Now how many natural numbers are there? Infinite natural numbers are there. 1, 2, 3, isn't it? 10, 11, 12. So infinite natural numbers are there. So now if I am considering value of x is equals to say 5. So 5 plus 5 will be 10, and yes, 10 is less than 15, means for x is equals to 5, this sentence is true. But if I am considering x is equals to say 20 plus 5 will be 25. 25 is not less than 15, means in this case this sentence becomes what? False. Means sometimes this sentence becomes true, sometimes this sentence becomes false, because it is given to us that x belongs to natural number. Exact value of x is not given to us. If suppose that instead of x belongs to natural number, if it is given to us that x is equals to 2, for x is equals to 2, at that time let us see what result we are getting. If I am substituting x is equal to 2 plus 5 is less than 15, is it true or false? Yes, 2 plus 5 is 7 and 7 is less than 15, means for x is equals to 2 we can say that this is true. And if the value of x is given to us say 20, exact value of x is given to us, then 20 plus 5 is 25. 25 is not less than 15, means we can say that this sentence is false. But here specific value of x, means particular value of x is not given, that it is given to us that x belongs to natural number, and there are many natural numbers. For some natural number this sentence becomes true, and for some natural number this sentence becomes false, means its truth value is varying because exact value of natural number is not given. So such type of sentences in which truth value varies from person to person, at that time we can say that sentence is what? Open sentence. Consider the second example. X square minus 100 is greater than 0. Now if I am substituting value of x is equals to say 5. What is square of 5? 25. 25 minus 100 is what? Minus 75. Minus 75, is it greater than 0? No, it is not greater than 0. Means it is false. If I am considering value of x is equals to 11. What is square of 11? 11 square is 121. 121 minus 100 is what? 21. 21 is greater than 0, means it is positive number. So yes, it is true. Means for some real number this sentence becomes true, and for some real number it becomes what? False. Means in this case truth value is varying, sometimes true, sometimes false. Why? Because exact value of x is not given here. If I am saying that for x greater than 0 and less than 10, so now consider any real number which is greater than 0 and less than 10. For that purpose, check whether this value is positive, this value what we are getting, this value is positive or negative. Consider any number, say 9. What is square of 9? 81. 81 minus 100. 81 minus 100 is minus 19, and minus 19 is negative number. So here it cannot be greater than 0, means it becomes false. Means for all the number lies in this interval, this sentence becomes what? False. So if we are able to identify the truth value, so we can say that it will become a statement if such condition is given to us. But it is not given to us that x takes the values in some particular interval. They are told that x takes the values on whole real number. So for some real number it is positive, for some real number it is true, and for some real number it is what? False. So that's why truth value are varying, so we can say that it is example of what? Open sentences. So using the definition of statement and definition of truth value, now we are solving the question number first from our first exercise. Now let us try to solve the example number first from exercise 1.1. So observe the question here. Question is, state which of the following sentences are statement. So near about 15 sentences are given to us, and we have to check whether the given sentences are statement or not. When we can say that sentences are statement, if we are able to identify whether it is true or false, at that time we can say that sentences are what? Statement. Again observe the second part of this question. Justify your answer. In case of statement, write down the truth value. We know that if a sentence is a statement, then there are two possibilities: either it is true or it is what? False. If it is true, then write down its truth value is T, and if it is false, then write down its truth value is what? F. So already we have discussed two important definition. One is statement, second is truth value, and even we have discussed the definition of what? Open sentences. Using these definitions, now we are solving these examples. See, the first example is 5 plus 4 is equal to 13. So easily we can observe that 5 plus 4 is equals to 9, but it is given to us that this sum is equals to 13. So easily we can say that it is false. So here it is a statement. Why we are able to say that it is a statement? Because we are able to identify whether it is true or false. What is our observation here? It is false. So that's why we can say that it is a statement which is what? False. Which is false, and since the statement is false, hence its truth value is F, denoted by capital F. Now observe the second sentence. X minus 3 is equals to 14. Here value of x is not given, so that's why we can say that this is open sentence, because if we are taking x is equal to 17 here, 17 minus 3 is what? 14. For x is equal to 17 it is true, but for another values of x it is not true, means its truth value is varying since the value of x is not given here. So since the truth values are varying, that's why we can say that it is an open sentence, hence it is not a statement. Close the door. Close the door is nothing but what? Order. Such type of sentences are called as what? Imperative sentence, and in such cases we are not able to find out truth value, hence we can say that it is not a statement. 0 is a complex number. So already in class 11th we have studied about a complex number, in which we have seen that all the real numbers are subset of what? Complex number, and 0 belongs to real number, and real number is subset of complex number. That's why we can say that 0 is also what? Complex number. So it is a statement which is true, and since it is true, hence we can say that its truth value is T. So observe the fifth example. Please give me breakfast. It is request, and already we have seen that request does not belongs to what? Statement. So here it is a request, hence it is not a statement. Now see the sixth one. Congruent triangles are also similar. Already we have studied about congruency of triangle and similarity of triangle in I think 8, 9, 10 standard, in which already we have seen that congruent triangles are similar, but similar triangle cannot be what? Congruent. So here congruent triangles are there. So congruent triangles, what is definition of similarity? The shapes are same, maybe possible sizes are different, but here congruent triangles means their shapes are what? Exactly same. That's why we can say that congruent triangles are similar. So it is a statement which is true, and since it is true, that's why we can say that its truth value is what? T. X square is equals to x. For some real number, this condition is satisfying. For 0, it is satisfying that 0 square is 0. For 1 also it is satisfying. What is square of 1? 1. So for these two numbers, this condition is satisfying. But for another real number, this condition is not satisfying. Means in some cases it is satisfying, in some cases it is true, and for some cases it is what? False. Means for some number it is true, for some number it is false. Since the truth value is varying, such type of sentences are called as what? Open sentences. And since it is open sentence, we can say that it is not a statement. Now see the next example. A quadratic equation cannot have more than 2 roots. Yes, already we have studied about quadratic equation, in which we have seen that quadratic equation has at most 2 roots. Means ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा 2 root हो सकते हैं. कभी कभी roots equal आ गए, so we means it at that time roots are 1. But in that case we can say that roots are what? Equal. So means quadratic equation has at most 2 roots, means cannot have more than 2 roots. So it is a statement which is true, and since it is true, so we can say that its truth value is capital T. Observe the next one. Do you like mathematics? Question mark is there. Question mark means what? Interrogative sentence. And already we have discussed, in case of interrogative sentence, we are not able to identify whether it is true or false. So we can say that it is not a statement. It is interrogative sentence, hence it is not a statement. Now the sun set in the east. So sunset in the east, already we know that the sunset in east is true statement. So that's why we can say that it is true, and its truth value is T. And since we are able to identify truth value, so we can say that it is a statement. See, all real numbers are whole number. So we know that real number forms by what? All rational and irrational number, and one part of real number is whole number. Means whole number is subset of what? Real number. Means all whole numbers are real, but all real numbers cannot be what? Whole number, because some irrational numbers are there. Irrational number does not belongs to what? Whole number. So means all real numbers are whole number, it is false, because all whole numbers are real, but all real numbers are not whole. It is a statement which is false, and since it is a false statement, we can say that its truth value is capital F. Can you speak in Marathi? Again here we can observe that question mark is there. Question mark is there means it is interrogative sentence, and since it is an interrogative sentence, we can say that it is not a statement. So here answer is not written, just you have to copy the same answer. It is an interrogative sentence, hence it is not a statement. So hope you will copy these 2 lines here. And hope the ideas of this example is also very clear to you. Now observe the example number 13. X square minus 6x minus 7 is equals to 0. If you observe here in this expression, variable appears, but the exact value of x is given to us, and for this value of x we have to check whether it is true or what? False. But if it is given to us that x belongs to R or x belongs to natural number, at that time we can say that it is open sentence, because some number satisfies this equation, some does not satisfy. But here exact value of x is given to us, just we have to check whether it satisfies this equation or does not satisfy. Substitute x is equal to 7. So 7 square is what? 49, and here 7 into minus 6 is minus 42. Minus 42 and minus 7 will be minus 49, plus 49 minus 49 will becomes what? 0. Means we can observe that x is equal to 7 satisfies this equation. Means for this value of x, this equation is satisfying, means we can say that it is true sentence. And if we are able to identify the truth value, at that time we can say that it is a statement which is what? Just we have observed that which is true, and that's why we can say that truth value is T. Now see the example number 14. The sum of cube root of unity is 0. Already in a complex number we have studied this result. What is first cube root of unity? First cube root of unity is -1 plus root 3i upon 2. Second cube of unity is -1 minus root 3i upon 2, and the last one is 1. If we are taking addition, so here we can observe that denominator of first two terms are same, so plus root 3i and minus root 3i will get cancelled. Take the addition, minus 1 will become minus 2 upon 2 is minus 1 and this plus 1 will become what? 0. So means sum of all cube root of unity will be equals to what? 0. So here, since we are able to identify the truth value, so we can say that it is a statement which is what? True, and here truth value is capital T. So observe the last example. It rains heavily. It rains heavily. In this case, may be possible that answer varies from person to person, isn't it? At some part, some person may says that yes, it is true, and some person may says that it is false. Such sentences are called as what? Open sentences. And in case of open sentences, we are not able to say that it is a statement. So since it is an open sentence, hence we can say that it is not a statement. Hope the idea about what is the meaning of statement is very clear to you, and truth value is also very clear to you, and how to check that the sentences are open sentences or not. This idea is also very clear to you. So at this time we have seen only 3 definitions from this chapter. In the next video we will discuss remaining definitions, and even we will solve the examples on that definition from this exercise 1.1.